Globally and everything. I'm really excited. Thank you for coming and welcome to Social Media and Small Businesses Part 2. I'm Antoinette Blake, social media specialist, right? I'm a marketing specialist. And this is being presented by the Money School of Delaware, which is a 501c3K, 3C, that's a nonprofit organization whose goal and mission is to provide free financial education to all Delawareans. So I'm glad that you came out this afternoon. I know this is time to be home shopping and having fun, but for you to come out today means you're serious about your business and you're investing in your business. So I applaud you for that. Today we're going to talk about LinkedIn, Instagram, and Pinterest. So let's talk about this. Social media marketing, network marketing, is more than just shares, likes, and retweets. It's about being engaged with your customers. It's a back and forth action. Hence the name social media. Social is first. So that's what we're going to talk about, how you are going to engage with your consumers. Social media marketing has been shown to be more effective than print and television. So people will buy ads in the local newspaper, a magazine, commercials, but more people will buy products that they've read reviews from on social media, from a blog. More than 72%, now this was last month, so I bet you it's like more than 77% of adult online users are on social media websites. Before we used to use this for what? We used this for making a phone call or checking email. Now people are using their smartphones for Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram and reading blogs, YouTube, Vine, and Vimeo. It's not just about checking email anymore, it's about networking. Most small business owners understand that social media is very important to them, but they just can't figure out how to capture their audience and keep them. You can have a lot of followers. You can buy followers. And I recommend what? Do not buy your followers because they're not legit. Things will change. You can buy 1,000 followers, 10,000 followers, but if they're not buying anything, if they're not following, if they're not sharing, then what's the purpose? So don't buy. You will see people that say, for $5.99 a month, I'll get you 1,000 followers. No, don't do that. Friends don't let friends buy fake followers. We want engagement. That's what we want. It's important to have a two-way conversation. If you have a product or service that you want to sell and I have a question, you should respond to your customers. You should respond to a question. If it's not a two-way conversation, people are going to go on and do something else because A, there's too much competition, and B, we don't throw away our money willy-nilly like we used to. You can shop at Acme, but you might prefer Food Line because Food Line interacts with the customers. They're sending you email, they're sending you flyers, they're sending you promotional stuff. So you'll drive by, that Acme to go to the Food Line because you feel like there's a two-way conversation, which is what I find. A lot of people say Walmart this, Walmart that, but Walmart engages their customers. If you're following them on Twitter or it's Foursquare or whatever, every time you walk into that store, if you Foursquare in or ShopKick in, you get a personal message from them. And I like that. Don't think local. I know this is Delaware. This is Bear, Delaware. There's Wilmington, Delaware. But guess what? There's a whole big wide world out there. And your audience is out there. While you're sleeping, there may be somebody in Dubai that may be interested in your product. So you're fast asleep, but they may be reading your Facebook post or your Instagram post or looking at your blog and they say, oh, I'm interested in that. And by the time you wake up the next morning, you may have an order in a cart. So don't think local because we're global. That's what social media is. And you're going to use the 80-20 rule. 80% you are engaging with your customers and your audience. 20% you're selling. Nobody likes to go and be told, buy, buy, buy. Buy me, buy me, buy me. That is the way, even car dealers don't do that anymore. You remember when you used to roll up in a car dealership and before you could get out your vehicle, there was someone saying, can I help you? They know that you've already, now they know you've already done your due diligence. You checked out the car. You read reviews online. you read a blog. I just recently did a review for a 2016 Kia Optima LX. I had the car for the week. So I took it around, I did what I had to do, I wrote a post on my blog. So now, if my followers are reading that, they may say, oh, you know, Antoinette wrote on her blog that this car was this, that, and the other. Let's go check it out. Because now you know me, you trust me. I'm not just some flim-flam, you know, car dealer. So that's why social media is so important, because in order to sell, they have to like you. You have to be likable. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Social media marketing. And I'm going to go through this rather quickly before we get into the nuts and bolts. But it takes a lot of time, a lot of endurance. But there are ways that you can make sure that you're still in the thick of it, but you're getting sleep as well. Signing up for apps like Insights, Google Analytics, Mentions. That way you can tell if there's activity based on what you've written. For example, you have a product that just came out and you want to promote it on your Facebook page. So you take your time and you write up a post and you send it out there. Now, you want to know if people are reading it. You want to know if people are sharing it. Well, there's a way in Facebook that you can check and see if anybody even looked at it, if someone liked it, if someone shared it. Then you know, hey, okay, then maybe I need to talk about something else. So you're not spinning your wheels. You know, you're not doing the same thing over and over again and not getting a return on your investment. So use those free apps on Facebook, those free apps on Twitter, those free apps on Google Analytics. And it also depends on consistency. You can't post one day and then no more the rest of the week. You need to start a schedule. If you're going to post one day, you know, at 8 o'clock, so I gave you that chart there that shows you the best time, you know, then say you're going to post 3 times a day on Facebook or 5 times a day on Twitter. Now, it doesn't have to be, and it should not be all about you. It should be other interesting things, like we had the conversation. If there's a recipe for a cookie and you want to share that, and that's, you know, that's great, because now you're getting other people interested in knowing you as a total individual, not just somebody that wants to sell a product, not just somebody that wants to sell a service. You want people to know that there's more behind you. So share videos, share memes, you know, the little memes. Share those little inspirational messages. Share cartoons. You know, everybody loves cat videos, right? You'll sit there and watch a cat video all day long. You can share that on your business page, because you're interacting and engaging with your customers in all areas. Before you, like I said, the 80-20 rule. It's not all about buy this product, buy this service, buy this product, buy this service. It's about, I like that person, so guess what? When it's time to make that purchase, I'm going to buy it from you. I'm going to go to you. So that is what it is. Social media marketing. We are social creatures. There's a lot of noise out there, a lot of negativity out there, but basically people just want to connect. That's why social media is so popular. The millennial generation, they wake up and the first thing they do is what? They walk into the bathroom with their self. They want to know what happened, you know, while they slept. So that's what's happening. You want to make sure that people know what you're doing, what you're promoting, what you have, what you're doing when they wake up in the morning. And consistency is key. Small business owners don't have a lot of time, because they're running a business. And they may be running a business and a household and everything else. So take some time, just once a week, 2 or 3 hours, maybe on your downtime on a Sunday or a Saturday evening, and decide what you want to write about, what you want to tell your customers, whether it's a new product introduction, it could be that inspirational message, it could be a sale, it could be anything, a recipe, whatever, and start mapping it out. Use a calendar. I'm old school. I like paper and pen, so I use a calendar and I write every day a topic, and I keep a pad of paper in my car, because as you're driving, where the best ideas come from? When you don't have a piece of paper. You ever find that? You like, oh my God, you just got in the shower and something hit I'm like, I need to write it down, I need to write it down. So have pad and paper wherever, in the car, on your nightstand. In the middle of the night, you wake up and say, you know what, I should have did that. Just, even if you sleep, just, scribble it down, so because you won't remember it the next day. I keep little stickies in the car. So, if something happened, I'm at a stoplight, I can scribble down the note. So, remind me, and then when I get home, I will take out my calendar and say, okay, I want to write about this, and I want to talk about that, and I want to post this, so that it's there. And I'll switch it around. I use pencil. I always use a pencil. I don't know what it is, because I erase and I move stuff around. So if you just sit down and spend a couple of hours, you can get enough content to create 2 months. Just a couple of hours, because unlike myself, who is a blogger, you're not writing a complete blog of 400 or 500 words. You're just writing short little things. You're sharing short little inspirational messages based on your niche, who your targeted audience is. If your product is healthcare, then you will find articles that are talking about healthcare. Maybe you'll go to Dr. Oz's website, and there'll be something this month about avocados and the green and stuff like that and how it's healthy. You can post that you read this article, and here's the link to the article about how avocados keep you healthy. It doesn't always have to be about your product. It doesn't always have to be about your service. You have to share. You have to include other people so that, like I said, it's not all me, me, me. It's the 80-20. So now you have a product that you can mix to make a guacamole. So now you're promoting your product, because now you're creating a recipe with that product for guacamole. So you're talking about avocado, something that you read at Dr. Oz, and the next day you're talking about using your product to make a guac.
Right. Oh, okay.
Okay. Hootsuite, we talked about that, and Buffer app. Now, obviously, a lot of these things I'm saying, you're like, oh, I don't know what she's talking about, but we will talk. Hootsuite and Buffer app are another two scheduling programs where you can literally sit down, and this is what I do on a Sunday night. I will sit down and I will find inspirational messages and pictures, and I will buffer them for the week. So on Sunday night, I will start buffering various quotes and pictures for Monday, 3 times a day, Tuesday, for the entire week. And I don't have to worry about it anymore, because at the times that I set, on the dates that I set, it's going to automatically go to my Facebook page. It's going to automatically go to my Twitter page. It's going to automatically go to my Pinterest page, because I've buffered it. And Buffer app and Hootsuite are free apps. It's free. It's free. So you can sit there and you can take the calendar that you just created and then buffer it. So that you're not, because you don't want to be tied behind your computer 24/7 every day, because you know what? Life happens. Life happens, and you may, and especially this time of year, there's things you got to do, places you got to go, and you're just tired because the days are shorter. It gets dark, and you just don't have the energy that you normally have in the spring or the summer. So use Hootsuite and Buffer app to schedule your posts to your social media network, so that you don't have to sit there every day at 3 o'clock and post that, or every day at 8 a.m. and post that, or stay up till midnight half asleep to post that. Just put it in your schedule and let it go. When your before you guys have any questions? When your customers comment, good, bad, or indifferent, respond. They may have a question. They need to know, well, how much do I use? What did you put in that recipe? Can you substitute? I'm heading to this place with my family. Is this a good place to stay? Whatever it is, whatever the comment is, respond. If they say, you know what, I tried that product and it didn't work. Well, you know what? Thanks for telling me what happened. How did you use it? You're engaging. Now you're making that person say, okay, well, she's not being combative, and you're not ignoring them. So if they do say something bad happened, or it didn't work for them, find out how they use the product, and then suggest another way to use it. See, it's back and forth, and then perhaps they were asking for another friend, and they said, you know what? I contacted her, and she said this is what we should have did. So now this person told another person, and that person's going to come and start following you, and it goes on and on and on. It's engagement, customer engagement. So whether they have a good comment or a bad comment, don't be defensive. Don't take it personally and respond, good, bad, or indifferent. And just a few minutes a day. It's not like you're on social media with your family and your friends chatting away. You're actually checking your Facebook business page, your Pinterest business page, whatever it is, to see what's going on. So people say, why are you always online? Well, I'm running a business and I need to be online. Because I've heard people say, well, all you do, you're always online. Well, I'm not online playing games, and I'm not online, I'm there engaging with my audience. I'm there engaging with my customers. Somebody had a question, I need to respond. That's why I'm online. So
Now, is there technology that like, I guess, because I have a phone, but I don't link my Facebook or my email to my phone.
well, you should.
And I think when I
Yes,
start the business,
you should.
and that's how
You
it's gonna.
should. Because you're not going to be connected to your laptop at home.
Well, see, I'm working from home right now.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so you're home. But you know what? You're going to go on vacation. You're going to have your good time and your downtime. So make sure at least you can check, if you signed up with
I
mention.
get on it and check it. It's just that, like, my husband's phone seems like it's going off all the time. With
Right.
all the emails. I'm like, I don't want that. I'll
No,
just go on and
yeah.
check
Well,
it.
you can also set the settings on your phone on how often you want to
Okay.
have it,
Okay.
ring. Yeah, mine goes off a lot, and I silence it. Because the first thing in the morning, because I shut it off at night. I'm not one that leaves my phone on at night. I turn it off, and then when I wake up and I turn it on, I hear all this bing, 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 bing. I'm like, oh gosh, enough is enough. So yeah, good question. Yeah, but you should connect it.
I was just thinking, that, if it's a comment, does it, when you get a comment, will it alert you that you've got
You
a
can,
comment?
yes, you should. All right, see, you're there, and there are your customers. That is who you are checking in on. Your loyal customers, because you're building a relationship. It's like having a date. You go to pick up your date, and now we're going to have a conversation, we're going to go out. So I need to know what's going on. You can't just say we're going to have a date and then leave them hanging and don't show up. So you need to go out there and see what's happening.
Now, I have one question.
Mhm.
So if you're just starting a business page,
Mhm.
and you have your own personal page, but most of the time your personal page is just been about, like in my personal page, all my friends are from my high school, from my past, and stuff like that. But when I start with my business, it's going to be about sharing more of that. So do I just invite them to come to my business page versus talking about my business in my personal page?
Yes.